If I flare the legs, run hard laterally across them, it's going to be high amplitude. They're probably going to lead with their head. If I kind of slow walk them, or even like, even like the difference in how I hit it, if I step across this way and just kind of block Matt's knee and drive with my head and slow walk him to the floor, then it's kind of low amplitude, but I've got good control type positions and I can start walking my way up or whatever. But I don't rely on the takedown doing a lot in terms of damage. Okay? If I'm looking for the takedown to do the work, and once I get here, I've made a level change with my knees, my head stays up, I'm going to grab the leg, drive with my head, and I'm looking to flare his legs, drop him, let him go. So once I got here, boom, I would release and let the ground do the work. We're going to, for training purposes, drive to the floor, maintain contact. My shoulder on the side that I'm driving towards, I'm going to keep on that. So I should be shoulder heavy into his abdomen.
You're eating gluten, aren't you?
Here.
You're getting down to gluten. God.
This leg, I'm going to step over, and then like a blanket being pulled up, Matt.
What blanket?
Here. Okay? No space. I'm going to stay tight. I want you to finish in that high mount position. Questions? We're doing this to look at defending it, by the way. But okay? Oh, 3. Woo! When and I think in training and drilling, a lot of times it happens because you're just trying to be nice to your partner. I don't have that problem. Now, I want to think about not letting my hands go to the floor, right? So even when I'm bundling Matt up here and I'm doing this low amplitude takedown and I'm driving, I don't want my hands to go to the floor. Because if my hands go to the floor, that's going to weight off of Matt. This is weight on Matt, and it allows me to keep this leg bundle if I'm going to climb past his legs and try to circumvent his guard.
Good swing.
My hands are not on the floor.
Oh, so tansy.
Okay? Now, if I'm here and I start to climb and I want to get underneath Matt's arm so I can get that high mount, I might let my hands kind of drift low. But I'm still staying really, really tight on it. Okay? Because when we start looking at this from the bottom side, what I'm going to be looking for is any kind of gaps or leaks or spaces so I can start working in frames and wedges and things to keep him from getting that high mount. I've already made a lot of mistakes letting him take me down. I want to stave that off as quickly as I can. The longer it goes, more variables increase. That's going to probably favor him, especially if he's the person on top. Okay? Questions on this? All right, so Matt took me down. Matt's got my legs bundled up. He's got that shoulder pressure here.
Yeah.
Now, instead of me waiting for him to do all those things that we just did, and then I look to escape mount, I want to start looking to separate his head from the rest of his body here, okay? I want to make it to where he is less inclined to keep trying to climb for that mount position here. Even if it's just getting a frame, a wedge in here, something between this junction where his head and his shoulders meet here. And then I can start shrimping and increase that. I start going stiff arm like this, where it's more structural than skeletal. I'm getting on my hip, and I'm looking to shrimp. Okay? Now, again, obviously, he's not going to just hang out there. If he's still trying to climb, I'm going to have to keep shrimping and keep moving, keep stuffing his head, get dog collar or whatever. I need to give him incentive to not want to keep climbing. And as I'm pushing him away, I want to push me away to increase that space. right? And I'm doing that by shrimping. Here. Push his head, push my hips away. Push Matt away from me, push me away from Matt. Does that make sense?
Such a nice brush.
Yeah. So instead of allowing him to climb, I want to start looking to stuff this as early as I can. Look, it doesn't mean that I can't go here and I can't go here and all that. But if I can stuff his head, I'm much more likely to be able to get my hips away from him on the other side. Okay? And he's less inclined to keep driving. If I just kind of frame on his hip or whatever, he's more likely to fight through that. If you're on bottom, you better be busy. Move, 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 move. And right now, we're just isolating the frames and wedges and shrimping. Doesn't mean I can't plug in striking in there as well. Just have to be careful, because if I release the control or I release the frames and wedges to strike, I give him space to play. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. So let's just start from this leg bundle and shoulder pressure. Bottom person, look to get out from underneath them. Top person, look to get mount. Not trying to really just smash them. Give them enough resistance, enough pressure so they can feel it. But this will be new for a lot of people, so don't be too heavy with your pressure. Okay? I think let's go 3 for 3. On 3.